Here we're going to be looking at the functionality within the contact information section in a client file. So starting at the top, we have the print contact information link, and this pulls up a nice, neat document of our client's contact information. We could print this off if we wanted to. Then we have this email link, and this will pull up my computer's default email application to send this address an email. And the same goes for this spouse email link as well. It just sends it to the spouse email. We have this cell phone number link, and this is an email to text function. Again, if I click on that, it'll pull up my computer's default email application, and it will send an email text to this number. Then we have our send a scrambled password link, and this just sends a scrambled password to our client that they can use to get into our client portal. Then we'll talk about these two symbols right here. These symbols indicate whether or not we have a valid form of ID on file for the client. This top symbol means that we do for our primary, and it actually gives me the option to click on it, and I could pull up their ID right here. Since the spouse has this dash over theirs, it indicates that we either do not have a file for them, like for their ID, or that ID has expired. And you'll see I can't even click on it right there, like it does not give me the option to. So the way this is set up is actually within the permanent documents. So if we scroll down and look at our permanent documents, you see that we do have a document on file, and we have the upload type as ID taxpayer. And this is what triggers this right here. So we have ID taxpayer for the primary, and since the expiration date, since we are within that time frame, it means that this ID is valid. You'll see that for our spouse, though, we actually do not have a file for them. So in order to correct this issue, what we'd have to do is scan their driver's license or just whatever form of ID that they use. We'd scan that, upload that file here. We would then choose ID spouse and then set the expiration date and then hit save. Once we did that, then they would have that clear ID symbol, and we would be able to click on that and bring that ID up. Below that, we have these two printer icons, and these print off mailing labels. And then below that, we have these three buttons. Save contact information. If you make any change in here, you're going to want to hit save. Delete contact will delete the contact, but in order for that button to actually work, you will need to delete all of your account files. And in order to delete the account files, you will need to delete every item that's in that. So for example, our 2019 tax prep, we'd have to delete these notes, unlink the client, delete anything in the transaction section, and then also delete any office events and account uploads. And then we would delete the account, and once all of our accounts are gone, we could then delete the contact. And then this add permanent upload is something that is new, and it's just a quick way to add a new permanent upload. Again, you're going to find your file, select the upload type, expiration date if it needs it, and then you could also add a description if you want. Then hit save. Below that, we have our links at the bottom, and starting from the left, we have the referrals, and this will track the clients that the client file that you're in right now. So Mike Tester, this tracks the clients that Mike Tester has brought into you. So we see that he's brought in Bruce Wayne. We have our client information on the left, and then any payment information over here on the right. We've mentioned the permanent documents already, but just another quick note is that this is a place where you can store any document that pertains to this client, but not necessarily to a particular account year, like their driver's license, for example. So like this is a place you can store those types of documents. We have the schedule link, and this is just a way to schedule the client. It pulls up our calendar. And then the appointments link, this just pulls up a list of all the appointments that this client has or has had throughout this year. We have client portal messages, and this will pull up where we can see our received and sent portal messages, and we could also compose a new message as well. This is also a way that we could reach our email messages. The prospect messages are for any messages that we would have had from this client back when they were a prospect. And lastly, we have Twilio and email. These two functions are optional. Twilio is two-way texting. You can sign up for it and have your software equipped with that. But the way it works is if we had any text messages, we would see the history here, and we could also type up a new message in here and send it. And this email messages link, this is something that is a little newer. We've teamed up with SendGrid to have email integration with our software, and you can sign up for that as well. It works similar to Twilio. Again, it will show that history of your email, just your messages with the client, and also you can compose a new email from here. So that is it on the functionality of the client or the contact information in a client file, and I thank you for watching.